Welcome, everyone, to San Antonio by Night Blood Gambit, Episode 7. Where we had left off, 4 members of the coterie had started some investigations early in the evening. Where we had left off, Dante and Ambush had discovered a sewer underneath Mission Concepcion and were deciding that they needed to dig a tunnel to go through it. Trading off and taking Squatch with him, Dante and Squatch went off to a new housing development to go and swipe some materials and tools that might be necessary for this whole digging adventure. Hoping not to get caught, but when the framework of a house in construction starts tumbling down, well, one has to make a hasty exit. While Dante and Squatch were doing that, Ambush went with Alysse to Temptations to go and see Ava, and even a bit of a performance by Alysse herself to revive her stardom. She met a person of high importance while she was there, but also met a music producer who may be getting her in on the groundwork of getting a new single going, thus creating the revival to her career that she so desires. Ambush, during that whole time, was just enjoying the show. But now, we touch base with Jacob. Jacob had essentially made himself indisposed to the rest of the coterie for the night, as he had some day job, quote-unquote, work to be getting around to that maybe went a little neglected over the last couple nights, but also wanted to touch base with a colleague. So Jacob, tell us a little bit about this colleague that you're so eager to go and visit.
Yes. Catherine is a wonderful woman. Hell, if I could still feel things like love, perhaps she would steal my heart. Intelligent, quick-witted, and skilled at her job. She's an interesting person. She is one of those people who prosecutes the guilty, and does so in such a way that I can't help but respect. She's somebody that I have come to respect and care for rather deeply. And frankly, interacting with her on a regular basis is an absolute pleasure. Tonight I've been given, or I have taken the opportunity to take a breath, as it were, to get some work done. And God only knows, after the last few nights, I need it. that moment of respite. Although for most, this would not be considered respite. This would be day to day. For me, it's that touch of humanity, returning to my roots, as it were.
She primarily works on the opposite side of the building to what you usually find yourself in, as she's often not working late nights, but on the opportunities that she is, she's working hard on a prosecution case, looking to make some guilty bastard get the justice he deserves.
Oh, how I would love to be on the opposite bench to her. What a fight that would be. He walks in, cup of coffee in hand. Probably something full of more caffeine than one could bat an eyelid at. Smile on his face.
What if it isn't
Evening,
the errand boy?
Of course. He offers her the coffee.
Oh. Thanks. Was thinking just a little bit ago that I might go down and grab me a cup.
Well, I figured if you're here, you must be burning the midnight oil. And caffeine is a must.
Indeed. Well, I appreciate the gesture. So, what has you coming and knocking at my cubicle? She knocks on the side of hers.
I was in the building doing some of my own work. Figured I'd pop by since I was just finishing up. How are you doing?
I'm alright. Working late on a case, obviously.
Rough one.
Definitely. Just playing out some scenarios in my head just to try and put together what I'm going to present to the jury and the judge in a couple of days.
Do you need somebody to bounce things off of? A little back and forth.
Maybe. The evidence on this guy is rocky at best, suffice it to say, and you can tell just by looking at the guy. He knows what he did.
What's the crime?
Homicide.
Hmm.
Scene was clean as a whistle.
Evidence? Circumstantial or solid?
Ugh. Witnesses spotted him. Maybe have a partial print at best. It's messy.
Do you at least have a motive for him?
That's the tricky part.
No attachments to the victim?
His relationship to the victim is that they were members of the same gang. But nothing about their, well, if we could actually get testimonies from any of their other members, obviously we'd be having a stand full of people who I'd be throwing in jail. But on account of the victim's family, the defendant is an upstanding gentleman, as far as character witnesses go, and the rumor is on the street, with no concrete evidence, is that this guy has been a member of the gang since he was 14.
Good at keeping his mouth shut, then.
And apparently good at cleaning up after himself.
Interesting.
So, it's tricky.
Well, that would indicate that he's probably done this before, or is in contact with people who has done this before.
See, that's the real nail biter, isn't it? This is the first known victim.
What was the MO? Does he have a particular modus?
Without any other victims to compare it to, there's no way to really nail it down as if it's not just a crime of passion versus clear intent. So I'm just trying to play out in my head what the
back and forth will be like.
Right, because the defense is going to obviously have all of this being, circumstantial or not concrete enough, or I'm
amazed they haven't come to you with a plea yet.
No, he's pleading not guilty.
No way of settling this out of court?
Family doesn't think it was him, so they think we've got the wrong guy.
Is that a possibility?
Well, that's on the police then, isn't it? I can only do so much with what I'm given. And if I have in my possession, and the defense has in their possession, everything that the police has forked over regarding this case, then this guy's gonna walk.
Question of curiosity, do you have this fellow's name?
And matter of fact, I do. Jesus Ramirez.
Jesus Ramirez?
Yes. Jesus Calderon Ramirez. He is apparently well liked and well loved in his communities. An upstanding citizen, according to everyone who knows him.
Just out of curiosity, do I know anything about this person? Has anything regarding this person crossed across my desk in the past?
That, my friend, will be a I'm going to say intelligence academics, because this has to do with law.
Oh, hell yeah. And I have a specialty in that.
Good deal, good deal. Like to see those.
Specifically. Okay.
Do you want a willpower? Or succeed at a cost?
I will willpower that one.
Okay. Three.
Yep.
Thinking on your criminal circles, what is your criminal contact dots at?
Let's see. I have 2 dots with Dion. I also have background influence, 1 dot with police, and 1 dot with legal, if that matters.
Okay, so it's mostly your criminal contact that you're getting this sort of rumor from. In the context of this, so Jesus Calderon Ramirez is supposedly a boss leader in one of the local gangs. High-ranking, potential for but not confirmed ties with other criminal organizations within the state. Primarily, his MO is peddling drugs and weapons of the illegal nature, but has been known to have little pockets of everything else when it comes to black market sales, but primarily it's a drug racket. He runs a drug racket. But oversees a lot of gang activity in San Antonio. Untouchable, as considered by most. Has gone to court for many an offense and gotten away with them all. He's not involved.
Or he is involved and knows how to get out of it. Cat, can I give you a word of thought here?
I'm all ears.
Offer him a plea deal.
A plea deal.
From my knowledge around this man, he is a slippery son of a bitch.
My thoughts
and
exactly.
the only way you are going to catch him is with a plea deal, because it maintains on his record. It means the family will get something out of it, of the victim. And he will pay at least some kind of crime, some kind of price for his crime. But he'll get out of it if you take him to court.
I guess you don't have a whole lot of faith in me either, huh?
It's not that I don't have faith in you, Cat. You are like a dog with a bone when you get on something. You don't let it go. It's something that I respect and admire about you.
I can't let this go with this guy. And
all I'm saying is pick your battles.
he deserves life. With a plea deal, the best we can offer him is several years with good behavior. And that's gonna feel real shitty when he gets back out.
But it gives you time to gather evidence on his other offenses.
Any new offenses. Can't try him for the same crime twice.
Well, if he's guilty of one thing, he'll be guilty of 1,000 others. A man who's capable of murder is capable of a lot more.
Oh, fuck. She kind of rests her hands on rests her face in her hands, kind of running her fingers through her hair before sitting back up proper. I'll run it by the other partners. It just seems like such a fucking cop-out.
It seems like it. But all you need is time. And putting him behind bars gives you that time, even if it's only for a shorter expectation.
That's if he takes it.
That's if he takes it. But the time that it takes him to consider also gives you more time as well. And perhaps in that time, the police will come up with more. I'm assuming it's still an active investigation.
Well, the investigation's mostly closed on this one. That's why it's going to trial.
Let me have a chat with some people. See what I can dig up for you. I know a few people within the police force who might be willing to look further.
Further than they already have.
Perhaps. I happen to know a few people like you who are like dogs with a bone.
Alright. I'm getting tired anyway. Had enough looking at these damn files for one night. She goes to stack all of the files and goes to shove them in her drawer.
Give yourself a break and come back with fresh eyes in the morning. You'll figure something out. You always do.
Well, that would usually be the case if it wasn't for the fact that we appear before the judge tomorrow afternoon.
Fantastic.
So, if you're gonna work any magic, that's your time limit.
I'll do what I can.
Thanks.
Always. You know you can ask me if you need any more help.
But you're with the defense partners. I don't usually see you.
Well, you've got my phone number.
Well, yes. Of course.
Don't be a stranger, Cat.
You either, huh?
Of course. Why do you think I dropped by? I need some kind of excuse to see you.
You're sweet.
I try to be.
Thanks for the coffee. Seems like I'm
Get
not...
some rest.
Oh, if I drink this, I'm not getting any rest.
Well, it's yours, so it's your choice.
You take it. I don't need it. I'm going home.
You rest well, Cat.
Yeah.
See if I can get some more information on your desk.
Thanks. She tucks in the chair to her desk and goes to walk towards the exit.
Jacob will stick with her all the way to her car, because he does not want her wandering around, especially if she's dealing in a gang case.
You walk her to your car, as any gentleman should. She gets in her car and makes her way, driving off, and away from the firm's building, out towards where you think her home is.
He is going to jump in his car. And the plan was to go and get food. But he wants to really quickly drop by and check in with Kyle, because he needs to help her out. So he's going to do the stupid thing and he's going to put off feeding.
Putting off feeding.
Yeah, his touchstone is far more important.
Dangerous territory, Mr. Levick.
Yes, I know.
Making some strong narrative choices.
You're welcome.
So you make your way out into the city. Where do you find Kyle oftentimes?
Probably in the station. At that point, he's probably sitting in doing the night shift. Because that's normally where he is. He does the night shift for the police officers, answering for any calls that come through on 911, any quick run-outs that need to be done late at night. You know, that sort of a deal. Keeping an eye on whoever's in the drunk tank, all that sort of crap.
Okay. Kind of a regular beat cop. He's not especially high ranked. He's just the average police officer.
Officer Kyle Dupree.
You find him in the police station, which is a police station that, generally speaking, isn't too far away from your own domain. But he's there with a number of other officers in uniform, and just looks to be going over some paperwork. Maybe he's finishing up for the night.
Officer Dupree.
Well, hello. Fancy meeting you.
How are you doing this fine?
I'm alright. About yourself?
I've been better. He walks in, puts the coffee down, making sure that it's still hot.
What seems to be the occasion?
I figured I would stop in and look to help a friend.
Look to help a friend.
Yeah, so you're aware of Miss Catherine Bailey?
I think I've run into her in court a couple times.
She's currently working on a case. I was wondering if you might be able to give me a hand with it.
To what case are we referring?
What was the name of the guy again?
Jesus Calderon Ramirez.
He repeats the name back. Taking a seat and kind of leaning back in the chair across the desk from Kyle.
And he kind of mimics the same behavior and Leads back. Alright. That guy. Been in and out of the courtroom a couple of times. Never once had a conviction, though.
Well, they're looking at him on a homicide charge.
Doesn't surprise me.
Cat's set on putting him away. But the evidence is a little bit thin on the ground.
Yeah, I don't have a lot to do with cases that have to deal with high-profile targets like that.
Is there anyone still investigating this? Do you know?
I can check the system. Not every precinct is, on a first-name basis, but the likelihood is if it's going to court, it's closed, shut. Dunzo. Not closed, because the case hasn't been, tried yet, but investigation parts anyway. Sifted through all of the evidence and everything.
I've reason to believe that our wonderful man in question here is likely involved in the drug scene. While they might not be able to charge him and bring him to justice on this one, is there any potential you could do a little bit more digging for me?
Well, that depends.
On what?
Well, how much digging I'm actually doing, because so far as I understand, and he goes to type on the computer to bring up the case. He doesn't really bring it up in front of you, though. He understands that there's a confidentiality thing. That everyone at the precinct that was in charge of this case is concerned. They sifted through all of the evidence that was presented. Wasn't much, doesn't look like. And, yeah, isn't much to go off of. The victim was killed, found the way in which she died, autopsy reports, things like that. Fine-tooth comb on that. Nothing seemed out of the ordinary, except for the fact she's dead.
She. Victim of woman.
Yeah.
If there is any way that you could look into the perp, above board, of course.
Tell you the rumor on the street.
If you can get any extra evidence, not just on this case, but regarding other things that he may have been up to, and pass it through to Cat, I would certainly be in your debt.
I could make some calls, but, I don't know. There's a lot about that crime scene that we just don't know, because it was just that well swept up.
It was clean.
Yeah.
You know if the crime scene is closed off yet, still?
Uh, I could find out for you. I bet it's still closed, but it's been crime scene clean too.
Can I get the address?
Yeah,
I'm a little curious.
yeah, I guess that's knowledge that Cat would have.
Jacob's kind of hoping that Kyle would pass that on to him here while he's got him in front of him. Kind of just looks at him expectantly.
Well, he kind of looks at you expectantly.
Would you mind giving me the address?
Technically not supposed to, so what's in it for me? I hear you shuffling so much.
Yeah, no, sorry, I was trying to get comfortable. Are you asking for a bribe, Mr. Dupree?
No, of course not.
Here's the question.
Mm.
May I insight him?
Sure.
See if I can figure out what he might actually want in this situation.
You can certainly try.
Because this seems like a bribery situation.
He is a contact.
Charisma insight or
Wits and insight.
wits insight? Modifiers, I don't think.
Unless you got something like sense motive.
No. I do have a diplomacy politics, but that doesn't really come in here. Oh my god, what is with my fucking rolls tonight? I suppose it could be worse. Could be a lot worse.
Maybe he is asking for some kind of bribe in this case, because you, as a lawyer, would know that technically he is correct. Him divulging that information to you, since you're not on the case, would be kind of going against some rules or laws or things of that sort.
Yeah. This is not currently public domain information, I'm assuming.
Right. Once the police report goes public, then you're free to do as you want. But so far as Dupree's concerned, the police report's not public at the moment. It's limited to those who are meant to go before the judge tomorrow.
Jacob is going to quietly withdraw some money from his wallet, lean forward on the desk, and discreetly slide it across. It's probably about 200, because he carries cash, always.
Discreetly, the money goes into his pocket, and you get a slip of paper with an address on it.
Thank you very much, Mr. Officer. If you could do that looking as well, I would greatly appreciate it.
I'll see what I can dredge up, but there isn't much more than what's already been combed through by the good detectives at the San Antonio Police Department.
Every piece matters. even if it's only the smallest.
Yeah, it's a collection of small pieces that isn't gonna put this guy away. Need something big.
I perhaps know somebody that could be of assistance here.
You seem to know a lot of people.
It's my job to know a lot of people.
I guess, working at a law office.
That's exactly right. More often than not, you will find that those who need defense or offense often require a little bit of extra work to be done. But thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome.
Enjoy the coffee. And with that, Jacob will get up and make his way out.
I'll just nod and allow you to leave.
Cool. Oh, he still needs to feed, but I feel like, how much time have I got left?
You maybe have several hours left in the night.
Would I be able to get away with feeding?
Maybe if you only spent an hour on it.
Okay.
You do like to be home
I will try to do that.
within a lot of safety time.
Yes. If I can try that, that would be great.
Go ahead and make me a hunting roll. You're going to be hunting in your own domain, yes?
Yes.
And because you are a Ventru, your specific... Your domain is a difficulty 4, if I remember correctly. But if you are looking for your specific, you will need to make a 5+.
Okay, so manipulation, intimidation. My modifier is what at this point?
Manipulation, intimidation is your feeding roll, isn't it? Unless you have specialties.
Yeah. No specialties. That's my feeding roll.
Okay.
Do I have any modifiers to this?
No, no additional modifiers.
Okay. I'm going to submit. Huh.
That is a messy critical on 5.
Is that a messy?
That is messy, my friend.
shit.
A messy you can't fix.
Damn it. I need to be right back really quickly, though. I really need to use the bathroom.
Okay. We'll come back to that in a moment.
Is it registering their skills correctly? Because it's...
Maybe? Actually, let me check Jacob's sheet.
They only have 5 dice for manipulation and intimidation. Or 4 dice, should I say? Because that's what it looks like.
Yep. That is indeed all that that our good Ventru has for his...
Okay, I got super thinking, because I know that sometimes the sheets can glitch and it will do, like, jacked up dice rolls. I was just like, what in the world?
Yep. Well, that's what he gets, I guess, for being an extortionist.
Yeah. Although I believe extortionist does come with specialty, but you might have taken that one, to be fair. You might take the other specialty.
Yeah, it comes with a specialty.
I'm so sorry about that.
It seems you might have forgotten to add a specialty to your character sheet.
Unless you did it for the security one.
Huh? Who? Me?
Extortionist comes with a specialty.
Oh, shit.
What
Oh,
specialty?
coercion, intimidation was that?
Yeah, so if you wanted to add that, you can by adding another dice.
I will do that as a willpower reroll.
I mean, you've got 5, so you're...
You already got 5. You've got a messy crit.
Well,
I was
and
just like,
a
I
messy
like
crit
that.
on 6.
Let's just compound. Let's just compound the problem.
Compounding the problem. There's 3 10s total in that dice pool.
Yay!
So,
We love it.
with it being a messy critical, my friend, it does mean that your beast
Oh, fuck.
gets
Am I
away
killing
with
something?
you just a little bit. No, because it's not a frenzy. Not unless you're hunger 4+.
No, just a
cellular
hunger
3.
3.
But your beastly instincts to lord over, to rule, to dominate, to make this person your...
My little bitch.
Yeah, your little bitch. I was gonna say that, but I wanted to be more creative, but your little bitch. So tell me a little bit about how this goes down. What are you holding and lording over this person in order to get what you want out of them?
Jacob likely goes to one of the less popularized or more questionable areas within the domain. And when he's hunting, he keeps an eye out for anybody who might be lingering on street corners or who might be hanging out in questionable regions like parks or down little alleyways or alcoves.
Most parks would be closed by this hour.
And when he sees this person who is lurking, he makes an assumption. This assumption being that this person is involved in criminal elements. Likelihood being drugs or prostitution. Drugs is normally the first and foremost. And when he is doing this looking out, he's also looking for other signs. Things like shoes slung over power line and other such little giveaways that are usually used to communicate that a deal might be happening. When he comes across this person, he gets out of the car, makes his way across, and enters into a conversation with them, as if looking to buy. All the while, his phone is in his pocket, recording the conversation. When it is at the point where he coerces them into speaking openly about their business, he smiles, withdraws his phone, and hits play. You're now going to do what I want, or this and your name are going directly to the police.
But how does this look when you are a beastly man at this moment?
He is grinning from ear to ear.
Those
Those
I'm
teeth,
sure.
fangs, a lot longer than they would normally be, almost inhumanly so. There is a glint of menace to his eyes. And when he leads them back, he is towering, intimidating. A force of potential danger. If you do not do what he wants, there is a good chance that he might attack you. Or so the look that he gives you makes you think. He leads them back into the shadows. And there, he has a little bit of a munch. Having his victim facing away from him.
Indeed. I think it's only appropriate that we also roll on your compulsion table. So roll me a d10.
Yay! Where is it? D10. 7.
Harm. I think it's only appropriate, don't you think?
Mm-hmm.
You, my friend, are under the harm compulsion. This compulsion, the vampire performs all actions not immediately resulting in someone or something getting harmed at a 2 dice penalty to their pool. This compulsion ends when the vampire incapacitates, destroys, or drives the target away. If the vampire turns on an object, it must hold serious value to someone the vampire ordinarily values, such as themselves. Which I think Squatch is also
So,
under.
I have a way of working this in. So when he leans in to bite this person, sinking his fangs into the back of their neck, A, I would like to use lingering kiss on them. And B, he is going to grab hold of this person's wrist and arm so that they cannot move. And when he does, he squeezes. And there is a slight bit of satisfaction watching this mortal, this human, bend to his whim as he squeezes this person's wrist to the point where he hears it snap. That's what he is going for.
I need a strength brawl. It's not a high difficulty, they're mortal, so.
My dice hate me.
Maybe not snap and cause more physical damage than a sprain might. But it's definitely painful. You definitely hear them cry out. At the same time as the euphoria of the kiss is wafting across them.
There is a twisted sense of joy and satisfaction at hearing that yelp of pain. And I would like to take 2 dots from this person.
You can take 2 dots from this person. Now, this doesn't end your compulsion because you have not incapacitated, destroyed, or driven them away.
Yep.
But it does feed into it.
Yep. And when he is done, he is kind of just going to drop them unceremoniously on the ground, letting them go limp there. Obviously still conscious and alive.
Mm.
You will tell no one about this.
What kind of freak are you?
One you will forget about. And I would like to use Cloud Memory.
Okay. As an unwitting mortal, The cloud memory washes over them. They stare blankly for a moment as the power works its way through their mind to erase the last few minutes. And when they come to, you might even be gone. And they have a sprained wrist right now that they're not sure how they got.
They must have fallen over and hit their head.
Must have. You're not gonna wait and find out.
I'm gone.
You're gone. Your compulsion is still in effect.
Amazing.
So, that leads us back to where everyone else is, which I imagine everyone is making their way towards the haven that they call their meeting place. Am I correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Sure.
I forget which scene I used for this.
How dare you?
Wah, 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 wah.
I'm supposed to be professional, Coffee. You're breaking my immersion. I can't deal with this.
You're welcome. There we go.
Us professionals? What?
Professional.
We're a professional hot
streamers.
mess. That's about it.
Yeah.
There we go.
Well,
Cold open.
so, the last, potentially, to arrive back at the coterie house would be Jacob. It's maybe an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours to sunrise. Plenty of time to settle in, and anyone else who does have to leave, you're relatively close by, that you don't have to worry too much if you leave in about an hour. But that's where you find yourselves.
And look who it is, man of the out. No, you're not. You're not any sort of. Look who the fuck decided to show up.
Sorry, one moment. Jacob steps out of his car, looking more composed. But there's still that glint in his eye. Evening. I take you've all had a productive night.
Yeah, no, I think we have. You know, the guys went out and got some tools, and we're gonna dig a hole into the sewers. That's gonna be a fun time. The girl, she might be starting the cult. I don't fucking know. She asked for blood. And I was just sort
Go
of
on
there.
and tell him.
No, I think that's your job. I've
Go on
already
and
said
tell him
that.
what you did.
What? Oh, I punched her in the fucking face.
Yeah.
Look, at least he's wearing pants now.
Look, she tried to command me in a weird way. Told me to bring my wife, girlfriend to like a threesome, an orgy, or like, you know, I'm not up for that. You know, I'm not in the whole, you know, sharing
Amber,
sort of thing. You know. What?
Amber, shut up.
I was told to tell him, and I was giving him the details. You know, it's what you're supposed to do when someone tells
You
you to tell
don't
someone
need
something.
to tell
can.
that much.
You can stop at a certain point, Ambush.
But then I wouldn't be my name. I have, you know, for an ambush to be an ambush, you have to keep going. You just can't stop after the first one.
For an ambush to be an ambush, you gotta know how to be quiet first.
Jacob just makes his way inside, shrugs off his jacket, hangs it on the hook, and keeps walking into the living room, where he sits, crosses his hands and his legs, just listens.
So, what our large friend failed to understand is that an invitation was proffered. Not merely to him or his, but to all of you. Soon to be ritual event, including the new flock that I'm building here. Consider it an opportunity for us to get to know each other better.
A ritual.
What kind of ritual?
It is a regular thing. Ordinary. Nothing of the like Dante would know. Purely symbolic.
Ah, so useless.
Religious.
Basically the same thing.
Am I required to bring a goat for an offering?
No such thing. All offerings will be offered. I only ask you to bring your hunger, your desire.
I see. The hope to get out of this, what is it?
Everybody looks at us Setites, even the ministry, the snakes, and even the older ones. Like we want something from you. Like we want to tempt, or we want to push, or we want to pull. This is like a door. But you don't have to walk through it. This is a party on the porch. And everyone's invited. There's no stakes. There's no expectations. You can come, drink the punch. You can leave after. If there's something you liked about it, maybe we talk later.
Well, Alice, tickle me interested.
What's in the punch?
Yeah, you
Hopefully
mentioned
not bad.
religion and punch in the same conversation. Historically, that hasn't really been a good thing. I'm going to need more
Hopefully-
details.
I thought
look,
that was
as long
Kool-Aid, but
as long as there's no communal wafers, I think I'm fine. I think I might have PTSD from the church. Okay, that's just on me. You know, I was.
It was actually,
raised in a good way.
I believe it was the off-brand flavor aid, but I believe it was fruit punch flavor.
I'm not going to
Oh,
be fixing
God.
up the Nikes if that's your concern.
What do shoes have to do anything for this?
Oh, you're so young. Either way,
He's really good at just one thing only.
and don't I know it, that jaw's gonna be hurting for a while.
Look, I'm sorry. It just felt like you were coming on to me, and my hands move faster than my brain does. So you know.
This is not a surprise.
Mm-mm.
You know,
That actually makes very much sense.
Amber-
She did grab me and pull me through. I mean, it just sort of felt natural, you know. It's like someone pulling me and like beat me up. So I felt the hands, I felt the pull, and then suddenly my fist is in the face, and it's like Tuesday.
I'm honestly shocked there's something that goes faster than your mouth.
neuroscientists have connected the limbic center of the brain with action. It's true that when you're emotional, you act faster than when you are analytical. You haven't apologized, but a wrong admitted is half forgiven.
I am sorry for punching you in the face.
And you
Sure
all
will
can
be.
see that there's maybe a little bit of a bruise. Not quite like cut skin, but definitely the bruising of similar to what you would find on a corpse, if a corpse was bruised post-mortem.
Post-mortem. What do you call that? There's a term for that.
I have no idea.
I think I know what you're talking about, but I can't remember it.
What, marks on a
Name.
body post-mortem?
Yeah.
It depends on the kind.
The bruises.
Bruising is
PJ.
literally bruising, or it can be pulling, or what's the
Yeah, I feel like it would just be cool.
There's a word, and we all know
Yeah.
it. Anyway,
contusion?
yeah. She says, you will be sorry. But the party favors will be ordinary, earthly delights. The sort of things that even we have an easy time imbibing. Something to elevate the experience. But I shouldn't say too much just yet.
I will put it in my calendar.
I'll think about it.
So while Alice has been involved in party planning and experiencing Ambush's fist, what has
I'd
everyone
like to-
else been up to?
I mean, I've been told that my
I-
fist can do other things too, but that's neither here nor there.
I would rather not know, Ambush.
I am
Sorry.
beginning
Continue.
to worry about Ambush, to be honest. I have seen that he can be quite childish, throwing tantrums and lashing out at coterie mates, and I believe he's becoming a liability.
Well,
I want you to all keep in mind that every single one of us has the potential to become a liability.
And I'm just going to, Dante's going to look over at Ambush. Remember when you act, every action you do reflects upon us. And if you act against us, pushing yourself away from the safety that provides.
Don't cross none of my boundaries, and things will be okay. That's all I ask for.
That's not how this works.
This is a learning experience for us all. We are discovering the lines which should not be crossed with each of us. And we should all remember that the beast is always a danger and not always controllable. Ambush,
I know. Oh, sorry.
the lack of control you have displayed is concerning. Do not make me have to make you control.
I know it might be hard, Ambush, but do try to think before you act.
Don't look. All I'm asking for is not to make any moves on me. All right, that's all I ask for is to no one to fucking invite me and my woman to things that I find uncomfortable. All right, look. Yes, I punched
going
her in
to-
the face. Look, and
I'm
I will
going to
admit
tell you what I was
I
told
was wrong.
as a child.
Yes.
Use your words.
I don't know if you've noticed, but I may not have exactly completed my formal education. All right?
Consider this.
Ambush does use his words in excess. It's a matter of deciphering what he's actually saying.
Mhm.
Now, if we could please get back to the topic at hand. What else have we achieved this evening?
I got more
We-
information on our other neighbor, Skylar. Malkavian seems to be very proficient with Obfuscate. Unlike many of our other neighbors where we can just pop in wherever the fuck they're staying, don't do that with her. Doesn't like uninvited guests. Old-fashioned in that sense. Leave a mark on the building, she'll get back to you.
How very
But
animal.
I may have also found us another angle to work with Mr. Moore. He kind of wants some more information on the big guy over here. Told him I might look into it for him.
Be careful what you feed him.
Naturally.
Seems some people have taken an interest in you, Ambush.
I'm flattered but terrified at the same time. It's a weird feeling.
It's an
He's
inn.
certainly not boring. Could be useful.
It is certainly an inn, and it is certainly useful.
Figured we could workshop on what I do feed him and make sure Ambush sticks to it and doesn't out anything with that big mouth of his.
I mean, the easiest way to do that is for me just to tell you a bunch of personal details, and then you feed him that.
What's the old saying? Treat him like a mushroom. Feed him shit and keep him in the dark.
Well, that's certainly one way of thinking of it.
Do you have a
But,
time frame?
No time frame was given, just whenever I get it.
Then we have time. If we can hold Mr. Moore's interest, that's workable. More than anything with Mr. Moore, I would like to know if there's anything that I can use against him. If you can find out if he has friends, family members, people he keeps close, something that I can dangle over his head, that would be useful.
Get started on it first thing tomorrow.
Appreciate it, Squatch.
It's what I do.
Because Jacob, wouldn't you like to wring his little neck? Thin blood scum.
I want to hear the snap of his bones as he cries out and begs for forgiveness for his mouth. But I can't indulge in those thoughts for too long.
No, Dignitas.
Dignitas indeed. Ambush,
Yeah, what's up?
what have you achieved this evening?
Oh, I
Besides
went with Scary
introducing
Guy.
your fist to your coterie mate's face.
Yeah, I was going to let him tell you, because he hasn't gotten a chance with the stick yet, so, here's proverbial stick. Stick give the creepy guy. Hi, you get to talk now.
I don't know what a stick has to do with it, but I can give you a report if you wish.
I would appreciate hearing it.
First, me and the big man, we made entrance into the tunnels and sewers underneath of the city. We're able to plot and find a way to get just as close as we can underneath of the church. Figured out where we need to dig and supplies and tools that we need. To replace the grate. Got back to the house. I saw sights that I do not wish to describe or think about again. Went out with Squatch to acquire said tools and materials. And here we are. So, more damage was done to properties than I would have thought would be necessary, but
Damage to property. Jacob
Yes.
turns his eyes to Squatch and raises a brow.
Look, I didn't know or realize that this one piece of board was going to be stubborn enough and bring down damn near an entire wall.
It's not like
I
you have an
didn't
expertise
think
in architecture.
I didn't think it was possible for a kindred to have an aneurysm, and yet I feel it is close.
technically our whole brain is a giant aneurysm given to the fact of the clotting of the blood. Wait, can VT clot? I have to run tests.
I mean, if you like rouse the blood enough, maybe you could, maybe you could experience the ghost of an aneurysm.
And Dante's just literally going to pull out his little notebook and start writing notes of things that he's going to experiment on later.
You all bring me much pain in the brain.
See, I did do something other than punching a court member in the face. I provided my technical expertise given to me by my blood in order to help bring down a wall to potentially secure or locate a landline. Or ley line, not a landline. That's different.
Squatch, was there any evidence left behind that you were there?
No.
Okay. No security cameras in the location or anything of the sort.
Avoided all of them as much as I could. Had my hood up the entire time just in case.
So we don't have to be concerned about a breach.
Nope.
So you have found a location in order to dig a tunnel, as it were.
Dig.
I'm assuming that is your next goal, Ambush.
It's what I was told to do. I mean, I'm not like a leader type, but sort of like a doer. So, I mean,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, if we can keep your hands busy, all the better. So, if you can continue to work with the tunnel and with Isabella, that would be much appreciated.
Okay.
Please try not to flatten any buildings while you are working.
I think that would be very hard to do underneath. Although I could,
Sinkholes are a problem. Please do not create them.
I can promise, without a doubt, that I will try not to create any holes. I cannot promise that I will. We'll see how the inner mini Zilios in the brain about that.
Ambush, based on what you know of the topsoil and several feet under of Texas in general. You would
Yeah.
know it's very sandy.
A lot of sand.
A lot of loose dirt. It is not exactly the best held together.
Okay. So perhaps I should bring material to help fortify the underneath while I'm destroying it at the same time. I could do it better than they can. All right.
If
I'm glad you
need
caught up with
funds-
the plan, Ambush. That is why we went and got all of the lumber to reinforce it.
Yeah.
If you
Yeah.
need
We
Yeah.
further
are 5
funds
steps
for
ahead of you.
materials, please let me know.
You guys said you got like wood and steel and stuff, right? Yeah, I should be.
I have been working on a favor for a human friend of mine, but it might come in use. We
Oh.
have people here in the coterie who have connections with criminal lines, correct?
Yes. Many.
Jacob is going to offer that slip with the address on it
Mm-hmm.
to Dante. There is
I will
currently
look at the slip.
There is currently a criminal investigation happening. Goes to court tomorrow. There was a homicide at this location. The person involved is, and I cannot remember the name again. Right. Can I get you to write that name down for me, Coffee?
Yes. Let me put it in our chat.
It is a Spanish Mexican name, and that is not my forte. Jesus Calderon Ramirez.
Does this name ring any bells?
Make me a intelligence and streetwise.
Could I assist?
You could.
I also have streetwise and I have criminal contacts. So let's do all that.
You can assist.
Yeah.
Okay.
So +2 from your coterie mates.
That'll do. Let's see.
Ooh.
And I will re-roll 3.
Okay.
Because we're about to go into a new night anyway, so...
Crit
Crit
fish.
fish. Crit fish. Okay.
7.
7 on a crit. Alright. Dante, you've spent a lot of time going between Austin and Dallas, but you're vaguely aware of some of the criminal circles that revolve around San Antonio specifically, especially if they ever had dealings with your sire, Don Hernandez. In that respect, this name means quite a bit to you, because
Okay.
he is the leader of one of the local gangs, and Don Hernandez had a very sprawling network all over Texas before he met an untimely final death. And so, given that you're aware of him, you also know that he's in the drug racket with a smattering of other cell groups that do a bunch of other different things, but primarily the sale of black market drugs is kind of the big thing. The opposition to him, another gang within the city, the opposition to Ramirez would be looking to make sure that Ramirez pays in blood for even stepping on their toes. In a sense, a gang war between two drug lords is going on in the underbelly of the city, vying for who may be on top. But also the same could be said of trying to find a successor for your sire, as there still hasn't been one announced yet, even 5 years later. Maybe there's a fear of a gang war between all of the different factions within the family. The family might splinter as a result of something like that.
I'm going to look at Jacob. I know this man. He runs a local crew that is currently feuding with some of the other splintered factions due to a downfall in the organization.
So he is as much of a problem for you as he is for the local authorities, is what I'm understanding.
He could be a problem that could be solved, or he could be an asset that we could turn.
I have a thought for you. The friend of mine is currently prosecuting his case. He is being looked at for homicide. From my understanding, that address there is where the crime happened. This is an opportunity for you, Dante. If you were to put this man behind bars and usurp his position, perhaps make allies with his enemies, wouldn't it give you more power within the city?
Your mind
Perhaps
is where mine
regain
is.
some of what you lost.
Your mind is where mine is. He might be a welcome sacrifice and offering.
So,
Could you delay the trial? Give me a night to go and look over. Find evidence that they may have missed.
they begin the trial tomorrow afternoon. But you could potentially submit anonymous evidence.
Well, it won't be open and shut, so there is time to introduce new evidence and discovery.
From what my friend says, the evidence that the prosecution has is smattering and few and far between. So any excess that she can gain will be helpful.
This could be useful to you as well.
I have a contact within the police force who could be fed this information anonymously if need be. And he has been asked to pass any information through to my friend. Is this something you can work with?
Yes, I think this can be useful. I would like to have a longer conversation about this and plans. If me and you are working together, it would make things easier as opposed to stepping on each other's toes.
I am all ears, Dante.
Once you build up this whole criminal organization and all that, if a few of your underlings need a guy who's good at busting heads, it might just be someone in the room who knows that sort of market pretty well, worked with some pretty reputable or unreputable people, I guess, depending on the types of circles you run with.
I understand, Ambush, but as our Ventru friend here can attest, if it comes to the point that I need to employ your services, things have gotten out of hand.
That's fair. can continue doing it with the few people I found here. You know, I got some old family friends who are family friends of people back home, so you know, I should be good.
That being said, Ambush, if you happen to hear anything regarding Ramirez or what
sure,
he's
I got
done,
you.
I would certainly
Anything.
prefer to hear about it.
Okay.
Yes, anything revolving anything in the criminal underworld right now is useful to us. Anybody under
Yeah.
investigation, anybody that is beefing with each other.
Yeah, like as I said in the past, you know, when you hire muscle, you tend to talk a lot more than you really should. So like, I can get you down low, I guess. Yeah, it's just...
Kinda
Just
depends
don't
what
say
they're
any
asking for.
names.
Well, of course not. I don't have to talk. Again, usually when people hire muscle, they feel like they can speak a lot more than what they could before. I guess it's just like the idea of having like a guy being there to protect you. They're a lot more like open. Again, I usually don't even have to ask any fucking questions. They just say shit. What?
Ambush, you're doing it again.
What? I was fucking told. Okay, you know what? This is fine. This is fine. How about this? I'll just buy a fucking buzzer. And anytime one of you fucks want me to stop talking, I'll just have you hit it. Or I don't know, we'll do the opposite. When do you want me to start talking? God damn!
Do you promise?
Do not
I'm
make...
considering purchasing a shock collar at this point.
I think a ball gag might be more effective.
Ambush just takes his hat off, puts it to his chest. He's like, Mother, if you're up there, or if you're down there, please give me the strength not to choke out all these pasty white fucks sitting in front of me. Thank you. Put this hat back on.
You know, the shock collar would at least be more amusing.
That was my thought.
Can we get the shock collar? I wonder how that would work. This
Can
could
we
be
not
interesting, and
get
he's
the
going to
shock
look
collar?
over at Ambush.
Ambush, it's a joke.
Oh, it's a joke. Okay.
Laugh.
I hate how you can fucking... God damn, why am I laughing?
Good boy.
No, you're not doing this to me right now. You are not doing this to me right now. You would not just say that to me.
Is there anything else that needs to be discussed this evening?
Ambush,
What?
I think you can handle whatever they threw at you, considering what you put us through earlier. Walk through here.
Should I just go? Should I just leave? Is that what people are trying to tell me to do right now? Just
No,
go
I would
home?
never insinuate that you had to leave. Where would you get that idea?
God damn.
There is perhaps some lack of equality amongst us now, however.
Is there ever truly equality? What do you mean?
Well, as Dante has eloquently put it, there is exactly one member of the coterie that hasn't looked upon the illustrious manhood of Ambush.
Do not subject our true friend to this.
Okay, before you start getting any crazy ideas, I'm gonna like just either go to bed or like just not have any of this.
I mean, the choke chain was a crazy idea.
Choke chain? I thought it was a shock collar.
Tomato.
Wireless. Wireless.
I thought, well, for Ambush, we probably have to hook it into straight 220.
You guys like hate me? Is that what this is? You guys hate me?
I
Ambush,
don't hate
if we
you. I was
did you,
insinuating that you were tough enough that it would take house current to actually affect you. I would
if
think
we
that would be a
hated you, you
compliment.
wouldn't be sitting here with us right now.
Ambush,
guess
every
It's not.
coterie requires a punching
What?
bag, and you just You happen to be tough enough to take it. Take it as a
Yes, yes.
compliment.
I happen to be tough enough to be. Usually, I punch the bags.
Ambush. I was
What?
insinuating that you were tough enough that it would take something significant to even injure you. To someone that fights a
I mean,
lot, isn't that considered somewhat of a compliment?
Yeah, but not when you guys all fucking do it at the same time. Give a guy room to breathe, you know? Goddamn.
I can't
That's
control
all right.
their habits. I was simply trying to make up for earlier when I made you upset. Look, I am not good
I
at
will say
these
that-
social interactions.
I will say that was a pretty big compliment. I forgive you for your earlier comment.
Is Dante starting to sound like Data?
Who's Data?
Maybe it's a conversation for another time.
Okay. Jacob, after everybody leaves, we should have that one conversation.
Yes, of course. With that, Jacob is actually going to make his way upstairs. And before he leaves, he's going to say, "At your leisure, Dante."
I will grab a few things and... do any of you have anything else that you require of me?
Either I'm gonna go find something I can just toss around, or I'm gonna go ahead and get started on looking up shit on Mike.
I do want to, like, maybe have a conversation with you in private about, like, a thing or two at some point in the future, a day or two from now, maybe, you know, a lot of thing or twos from now.
Could this wait till tomorrow morning, then?
Oh, of course, yeah,
Or
yeah,
not-
I got.
Our tomorrow morning, which would be tomorrow evening.
I was about to say, if it was tomorrow morning, I think we'd both be Ash, and then we'd have to answer. Oh, I guess we couldn't answer because we'd be dead. Why, there's Ash on the carpet, but, you know.
So many turn of phrases. Confusing. And he's just going to turn and walk away and start heading towards his room.
Buddy, I'm from New York. Everything about us are just turns of phrases, alright? You gotta understand that first and foremost.
Squatch is just shaking his head, walking away.
I know the stats. Okay, let's. Bigfoot. That's all I get. Fucking Bigfoot. Alright.
Alice shuts the front door and locks it behind her as usual. She walks across the lawn to a waiting taxi and fucks off back to her own quarter of San Antonio.
Ambush opens the window and just flips her off. Drives by. His big ass fucking finger just.
Fucking sausage in the middle of his hand.
And he's grinning ear to ear as he does it.
She's absolutely thrilled with herself.
Alice,
No,
you're a menace. Indirectly, as usual. But, Dante, you start heading your way up to your room, gathering a few things before heading over to Jacob's room, yes?
Yes. I'll walk up and I'll knock on the door.
Come in.
I'll walk in and shut the door.
What he finds is a room that is set up more like an office than a bedroom. You know, a rather heavy desk and a couple of chairs. Blackout curtains stapled into the walls to kind of keep the light out. The bed kind of stuffed off in the corner behind another set of curtains, again, to just double insulate against light. How can I help you this evening, Dante?
I think both of us might be after somewhat of the same goal, just in different areas. And given if we work together, we might be able to carve out a piece of this city.
Please take a seat.
Dante will walk over and sit down.
What per se might be your goal?
My goal is to rebuild my family's influence. Much like your goal is probably to build some kind of influence and home, just due to the nature of your clan. Both of us kind of have the same drive in that essence.
You think we both have the same drive?
Given the default for how our clans operate, it's safe to assume that. I would never think that I know it for fact without research or confirmation.
My goal here to find out whether the War Baron still exists within San Antonio, and if he doesn't, to take the city for the Camarilla.
That is the reason that we are sent here, but can we not do other things as well?
Oh yes. But that is my primary goal. And it is not a goal that I can afford to fail at. However, if your goal is to rebuild the influence of your family, you called it, within the area, I should hope that that remains within the influence and interests of the Camarilla.
They are definitely not at odds. We are simply going about the ways, and I'm doing this as a backup plan should we not be able to find the War Baron. Or in case we do find that he is not here, setting up the groundwork to push those Anarch bastards out. Destroy them wherever we can.
If we can, I should very much like to take the city. Praxis is my end goal. And I believe yours is much the same. So you are right that we are similar in our lines of thinking. This is why I have given you the information that I received from my friend this evening. Is it something you can make use of?
Yes.
I would much prefer you have that power as a known quantity than an unknown quantity running rampant within the streets.
Given what we are, I will not ask you to trust me. But I will say that trust in the fact that though we may have similar goals, I do not wish to control the city as a prince or something otherwise. I want to cement a place in my family that we can survive. You
Then
may not...
should...
Sorry.
No, continue, please.
Given you being Ventru lineage means a lot, I should explain mine. Hakata is not normally known for throwing their hat in with a specifically within an arc or Camarilla, and staking it as that is what they prefer. Simply operate as a third party.
An independent.
There is a reason that I am Camarillo. Second only to my loyalty to the family. What do you know of the name? Make sure it. Jose Maria Hernandez.
That's a good question, Coffee. What do I know about Don Hernandez?
Intelligence streetwise.
Given that Jacob has also been a defender in and around Texas, would he get any kind of advantages given with his contacts with criminals?
His exact specific context? Not specifically, but it does lower the difficulty.
Okay.
Would I be able to argue that for politics instead of a streetwise?
Politics would work, yes, depending on the framework in which you want to understand Don Hernandez. Do you want to understand his criminal element, or do you want to understand his Hecata element?
Hecata, I would think.
Okay. So then, yes, it would be intelligence politics.
Because I feel like I would have more knowledge of him through his Hecata influence than his criminal. I'm going to willpower that.
Or you could succeed at a cost.
No, I'm going to willpower.
Oh!
Oh no! Oh no! Fuck.
Messy crit again!
Oh no!
Welcome to my world, Moxie.
I can't tell if my dice love me or hate me.
Look, Mox, I've had nights like this where I get like 6 in a row. Just ride with it.
Christ.
Mox.
Oh Christ, okay.
You have a harm compulsion already. You already want to hurt things. And it's going to perpetuate. Actually, you should have been rolling that at a -2.
Oh, shit.
Because
Okay.
any rolls that you make that don't...
Do you want me to just re-roll the whole thing again, or...?
Yeah, re-roll the whole thing. Any rolls that you
Okay.
make that don't lead you to hurting somebody.
Intelligence, politics, -2.
Yep. So 2. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So we will ignore that willpower reroll then.
Yeah. You can have that willpower back.
Yay.
Prior to coming to San Antonio, your circles primarily were involved in Dallas. Specifically with your sire.
Yes.
Your sire had a bit of a criminal empire of his own that he was managing there in Dallas. But you had known that regardless of sect, the criminal underworld is loyal only to themselves in many cases, and thus your sire had the occasional dealing with one Vanessa Lopez, someone that you all know to some degree or another, as she is the courier that you have set up to go between Dallas and San Antonio.
Yes.
Lopez has occasionally talked about a Don Hernandez, about working for him, working under him, and the many other male figures of the Hecatas that rank above her. But she's your primary in for that knowledge. But what she's provided you was really a lot of it was how ruthless he was. How he didn't stand for disloyalty. That those around him owed him their loyalty. Because he's helped them become better people in their businesses than they would have without him. And so when you heard of Hernandez's death, his final death, Lopez was distraught, of course, in a way that only a traveling courier could. But it's, from your understanding, caused a massive splinter in all of the different areas of the criminal underworld of Texas.
My understanding of Don Hernandez was that he was a rather inspired leader. Garnered quite a lot of loyalty amongst those that followed him. Although, I have heard tale that he could be rather cruel at times.
In my experience, he united factions and whole industries that should not work well together. Most of the cartel and gang activity in larger parts of Texas that funnel up through Mexico that should be at odds with each other were working together because of it. He cut out a seat of power and kept things running in a way not many people could. Though I never understood why he went the Anarchs. I think he found it easier to work with. Less rules. Anarchs only respect power. Something that we never saw eye to eye with. He sent me off to pursue different things. I operate in ways that he cannot. When I found that he was destroyed, his entire organization gutted by those Anarch bastards. It has left a vacuum of power in Texas that still has not been filled.
Power vacuums can be problematic. Perhaps Don Hernandez saw an opportunity within the Anarchs that he was not fully able to take advantage of. Perhaps that is something that you can do in his stead.
I won't be able to do what he did, but I'm hoping that I can do what I can.
You do not need to do what he did. Just be ambitious enough to do what you need to do.
What I'm trying to set up in the city, I'm going to unify what I can with any of his old contacts. Start that as a base. And I want to control what those high in the Camarilla really sent us here. so that we have a negotiating and a bargaining power when they come.
We can take this city, Dante. I should very much like to be the one to declare praxis. I should very much like to be the one who sets this city on the correct course of the Camarilla. Should that end up being the case, I think you and I could do fantastic work together. Will you help me get there? Be an ally. Jacob will proceed to offer his hand for a handshake.
Dante's going to look down. Given that I am not after practice, someone worthy needs to lead. From what I've seen, you are a strong candidate. And he's going to offer his hand and shake his hand. Though know that I will always do what is best in the interests of my family and the Camarilla.
And I will do the same. But hopefully, we can have those two things align. Where we grow, you will also grow.
Now you see why I wanted to work with you. I think our skills could complement each other.
Highly.
I'm not good with people. And the things that I'm good at, well, let's be honest, I don't think there's anybody else in the city that's good at what I do.
And I simply cannot afford to fail.
No, if we fail, we probably will die. And that is not something that I'm looking to do.
There will be no turning back, no running. Only victory will suffice.
Not like the praxis of Kyle A. Calhoun, but failed as soon as it was declared.
No, certainly not failure. How dare he call himself a butcher? His
Dante
blood
is going
should have
to...
been
Oh, sorry.
No, please go ahead.
No, Dante was just going to reach into his briefcase and pull out a piece of paper and hand.
Jacob will take it, review it.
It will have a list of Dante's contacts and of, like, say the family members and known associates of the family. Could you see if any of these are under investigation? How easy that would be.
Looking through this list at a cursory glance, do I see any there that are currently being looked at by the legal system?
While you're doing that, I need to run to the bathroom real quick. I apologize.
At a quick glance, let me look at Dante's contacts here.
Because I know there was one that was on a desk in the office. It's just whether Jacob knows about that or not is a whole other thing.
He doesn't have dots in contacts per se. So I'm not sure if he's handing you a list of the people that are his touchstones, which would be a very, very vulnerable move for Dante.
Mhm.
Sorry. Let me clarify what I'm giving him.
Okay. Okay.
It is not contacts of mine. It is a list of former contacts of Don Hernandez and of the family in the area.
Okay.
And among those mixed in are my 2 touchstones.
Okay.
Because he wants to make sure, since they are part of the family.
They need to be kept safe.
Yes.
Okay.
But it's not telling Jacob exactly what they are to him.
No. It's just a list of people. So, names that you might recognize, a name you might recognize would be Lorenzo Cassetta, as you had recently turned up a file on him.
Oh.
And, but that case hasn't really gone anywhere. There's nothing really to report as of right now. It's watched, but not any active investigations at the moment. Let's see. You would see the name Maurice Ralto. Doesn't really mean anything to you, though.
This is also a way for you to interject story, Coffee, that I was throwing up for you. If you wanted to make, like, gang leaders in the city.
Yeah. I only have one that's named, so... And we've already touched on them.
Yeah. I suppose instead of, like, me thinking about it, I should say it out loud just to make sure.
So while Jacob is going through this list, he pulls a highlighter out of one of his desk drawers and starts highlighting any names that come up that he recognizes have active investigations or have been noted in investigation.
I think out of the people that that's listed there, the only one that you would recognize would be Cosetta.
Yeah. So it's just Cosetta's name that he highlights fully before handing the list back.
Okay. Doesn't not surprise me that he may have come up. Hopefully there's nothing active against him. He has been laying low.
Not active, just watched. Now, if I see anything further pop up with those names, I will be sure to pass it along. At this point, though, the most pressing name is the one that I provided you earlier.
That will be taken care of as moment I wake up.
I'd appreciate it if you could pass me the information as soon as possible so that I can pass it along to my friend.
You will have a full report.
Thank you, Dante. Is there anything else that I can do for you this evening?
No. Tonight I was looking for a declaration of intent and forging of an alliance.
And it seems we have achieved just that.
Which I think is a good place for us to call the session for tonight. And call the night on these kindred.
Actually.
Yeah.
Woo.
It is going to be a little bit of a shorter session tonight, guys. I do apologize, but I do have to work tomorrow. And it is already going to be 1 a.m.
I'm so disappointed in you, Coffee.
Why?
I don't have to have a reason. That's not a fucking thing.
But I want to disappoint you. I want you to have. I want you to be, having a good time with my games. Don't be disappointed in my games.
I'm not disappointed in the game. I'm just specifically disappointed in you.
Damn.
Wow.
Shots fired. Shots are now being fired at me as the ST instead of at Ambush.
Alexa, kick
No,
this
I've
guy
already
from the ball.
The amount of artillery in the past 2 sessions that I have sent in Ambush's way, I can't, like, look at him at the moment.
I just love the mention that everyone but Jacob has seen what is in Ambush's pants. And Jacob is happy being completely blind to that idea.
Mox,
He will happily
that's
be
the
oblivious.
greatest description that I've ever
I
given
do
of
not
something.
want to know.
It's in the
No, when
VOD!
he no, you do. When he walked by, he's like, "Oh my god, how can it be wrinklier than your face? And it's lumpy." And, like, I started going off on.
It's all in the VOD. It's all in the VOD, folks. So you should go and watch that.
I think the closest way to do it is it's like a lopsided mole rat with cancer.
Oh no, poor Ambush.
Are you suggesting it has a queen?
I love you, Velocity.
I hate you so much. I hate all of you, in fact. I hate all of you, and dishonoring you, dishonoring a cow, dishonoring your family.
Okay.
You're welcome, skinny penis.
I hope that your pillows.
You have a regular, skinny, short penis
I
that only gets
hope-
big sometimes.
I hope that's crazy. Listen, that's me, not Ambush. So I need you to stop talking about that. You're talking about me. You're not talking about him.
TOS.
But I hope that all of your pillows keep on the
A
warm
warm?
side, and no matter how many times you flip it, it stays hot.
I hate that. Why
Damn.
would you do that?
What a
You're
curse.
welcome. You're
What a
welcome.
curse.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Well, the poll is already up for who gets our audience favorite for tonight's experience, but I don't think we have any stains to dish out, so you're welcome. You get to keep your humanity.
Oh, yay.
So, let's talk experience. So everybody gets 1 for showing up for the game today. Good job.
Yay.
Right.
And then let's give a little bit of talking about who moved the plot the furthest, who had our best scene, and who had our best line. There were some singers today.
There always is with this crew.
This crew is definitely all about the zingers. Let's go. So, plot pusher. Go.
Jacob.
Yeah, I think it would either be me or Jacob.
Jacob.
Unfortunately, this was a very Jacob-centric session.
Yeah.
Because
think
the
about
rest of the
the
coterie got last time, so, you know.
Oh shit.
Was that 3 for Jacob so far? 4?
It's
Yeah.
it's
It's Jacob.
It's Jacob.
It's Jacob.
Thank you.
It's Jacob. Apparently, that the conversation has caused Rose Wolf to spit out her food.
Yay!
In
So my desire tonight was be a menace. Did I complete that?
Yeah.
I think
I
you
think you
practically
have.
gave Jacob a fucking aneurysm.
Was I a menace? Okay, just making sure I
Dante
completed
will
my
be able to
desires as
figure
well.
out by the end of the night, probably, whether or not that is possible.
Crazy.
I love that you guys are like trying to give Jacob an aneurysm at this point. It's like, who can make him the most irritated?
Yeah, exactly.
Squatch isn't trying. Squatch just has bad luck.
Dante just doesn't know any better, like, when it comes socially.
Squatch has Clayton luck at this point.
Look! Look! How dare you!
Jacob is
Oh, you're
literally
going to try to do
hurting
the thing?
cats here,
It'd be a
guys.
shame if you couldn't do the thing.
But let's talk about who had our best scene from tonight. Jacob, you got the audience favorite with 11 votes.
Goddamn
Jesus.
Spectre.
Spectre spent 6,000 channel points to make sure that happened.
Jesus! Holy fuck!
Clan
Thank you,
bias.
Lex.
Yeah, I was in the
Uh,
lead for a solid maybe like 10 seconds, and then they just spam clicked votes. Yeah.
Yep,
Um.
sniped it.
I'm gonna say ambush for best scene.
What?
Just hear me out on this. How
Okay.
many times has ambush been our punching bag?
Yeah, that's fair.
Fair enough.
He needs to be rewarded for this shit somehow.
Mm. I mean, she does have a valid point.
Yeah, yeah.
I was either going. Yeah, I was either going to go for Dante with the last bit with Jacob, or ambush, literally like letting us tee off on him and being like the center of all of our frustrations of the day.
I mean, I'd say they harmed his ego if you wanna. At the end of that compulsion,
There's two of us with the harm compulsion.
they ruined his ego tonight. I mean,
Wait, technically, does the harm compulsion go away for either of the two because of what they did to ambush?
yeah, they ruined his ego. They were stuttering by the end of the night.
However,
Destroyed.
did
However?
Jacob or Squatch actually throw any of those comments?
Yes,
No.
Jacob did,
There
at
were a
least.
few of them,
And
yeah.
Squatch.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, we both did.
Yeah.
And Ambush kind of did walk away with his tail between his legs.
Wow.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna rule that the compulsion is over for both of you.
Mechanical dunking.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. You are welcome.
I'm not going into the third session with that fucking compulsion. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah,
That's
well,
great.
You're welcome.
That rules.
yep. But yes, when it comes to completing desires, you get your 1 willpower back as a result. But you're also going to be completing a full night, so
Yeah.
so that's
Back at full.
what you get for that.
One.
Yeah. Best line as far as experience.
We didn't
goes.
finish. We didn't finish voting for best scene.
Best
We
scene.
kind of settled.
We kind of
We
all
gave it to you,
Oh,
jackass.
they
did
kind of all
Oh,
unanimous
okay.
on you.
Okay, well,
It's
never mind.
you, baby boy. Mark
Listen,
it down.
princess, we've already decided it was you. You're pretty. Now shut up and let us get
Okay,
it.
all right. Best line. I'll have to
I'm-
give to.
I'm throwing my hat in there for an ambush to be an ambush. You gotta know how to be quiet first.
No, I got you. This is the exchange, all right? This man says useless, and then Alice is like, "Well, no, it's religious," and then Dante then says, "It's basically the same thing." I got to give it to Dante for just that, because it was a quick succession. I mean, no beats missed. It was just like
I do like that. I will
Basically,
second myself for that one.
It was good.
Good
It was
boy.
pretty good.
goodbye, you motherfucker. Boy,
Because Ambush was being a good boy in that moment.
I hate all of you. I can only hit one of you.
Technically, you can hit two of us. You just gotta come down south first.
I'm not doing that. Not worth the effort.
Oh.
Okay, so we got 1 for Jacob, 2 for Dante,
And one for
1
Squatch.
for Squatch.
Yep.
Sounds like Dante.
Well,
Or is that
Amber
it's
could tie
Amber.
it up.
Oh,
I
Amber.
voted Dante.
Oh, Dante it
Oh.
is.
I was 2.
All right, Dante it is then. Well, that concludes said dishing out of experience for our lovely vampires in this game of Vampire the Masquerade, San Antonio by Night, Blood and Gambit. I hope you all in the audience have enjoyed. There may be changes later on down the line as to when we might play, so just keep an ear out for announcements as I determine all of that stuff. But just keep an eye on the Discord, because that's where I post all of the announcements as far as like any changes or when we go live, or even notifications for when episodes go live on YouTube. So you should always check that out. And if you on YouTube are enjoying the content that you see here, give us a like, comment, and subscribe, because that really does help put this channel on the map. Still looking to reach 200 followers, and I do still have to have a 50 sub goal here on Twitch, and if we reach it within a month, I might do a special stream. I don't know. We'll find out. So, yeah. That's everything from all of us here at the Alamo City. So, say goodnight, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Not.
Good
Good boy.
night.
Forget about it.